all set for season 1. It's with the legend Tony, and excited to see it. Let's go. Let's see how it's going to be today. Really excited. Let's turn the play.
Now, what do I tell about someone who is very special? He has been brother, he has been a family to Ryan. He is smart, he is a fighter. His humility and patience through his life journey made him the chief people officer of Ryan. The one thing he likes being in India and in Hyderabad is the spiciest Hyderabad biryani. But I'm still gonna risk to have the breakfast with the champion friend Tony Bridwell.
Lift sponsored by Mitsubishi. You can see here Mitsubishi lift and lights by Usha, speaker by Ahuja, and camera by Panasonic. Somewhere we'll get the sponsor here. So here we are today with one of the great persons, the big-hearted man who always thinks leadership is his own priority. He always tries to give the best to the people and also share the best to the people. Welcome to India.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's great to be in India.
Yeah. How it's been in India till the 2 days we have been here.
It has been amazing. It's been hot.
Yeah.
But it has been amazing. I'm disappointed that it has taken me this long to come to India for the first time.
Yes,
I've
yes.
been all over the world. It's my first trip to India.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have waited this long.
Yeah.
The people are amazing. The city is amazing.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to go to Old Town
Yeah.
and spend some time. It's great. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
people
great.
are very good in terms
Oh,
of
they are.
culture and in terms of teaching. They learn a lot from
They do. This is the thing that I really love. Everybody I come in contact with is
Yes.
so eager to learn.
Yeah, that's that.
I think that's outstanding.
Yeah, through the organization, probably with the people around, with the people you see outside the people,
Yes.
they come forward to help out or serve you.
That's the thing I love about this country. That's the thing I love about this country. Absolutely. Yeah.
So today, we have known that you have been one of the big-hearted persons. You have been motivated people. You're the senior vice president. You also write books. You also have this own podcast. These many kind of things. Still, you are doing one of the amazing things in Ryan. Just tell me about this journey about it. How did it actually have come forward?
It's a great question. I get asked this all the time.
Yes.
You know what's interesting is if I had sat down 20 years ago and tried to plan this out, it wouldn't have looked anything like this, right? It never looks like this. But what I discovered as I've come through is every step along the way, I've taken what I've learned and what I have done and the experiences I've had and used those to build upon something else. And it's never been a straight line.
Yeah. Always there.
Yes, it's always you're always looking for ways to get better and to improve. Now, the one thing that was a big aha for me. It was one of those moments that I realized, okay, this is something I got to pay attention to. It's when I finally started focusing on just one or two really important things. First, I had to understand what my purpose was.
Yeah, purpose always makes things.
And I mean, for me, it was understanding, why am I here?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people ask me, okay, how do you come up with how do I know what my purpose is?
Yes.
Right? I said when I wrote my second book, I talked about purpose in this book, and what I discovered is it's the things that I do well, right? So it's the natural abilities and talents that I have, right? Combined with the strength that I have, right? And the strength, I suffer from a mental condition that is referred to as dyslexia. Right? So dyslexia is a condition of the brain that when I read words, all the letters are in different order. Yeah. And so I love to read, but it takes me a tremendous amount of time to read because all the letters are in different spots. And I didn't know that until I was going into university. right? And so I learned that very late. I just thought, man, everybody reads slow,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Everybody writes slow, and I couldn't understand why it was so hard for me to write and so hard for me to read. And I spent a ton of time trying to be a better speller, trying to memorize words and things like that. And then I finally realized when they diagnosed what was causing this, I finally realized, that's not one of my strengths.
Yes, yes.
But what was one of my strengths was I found myself to be a really good storyteller.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's really good.
I love interacting with people. I love teaching. I love telling stories. I love building stories.
Yeah.
And I can also see things in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
From a drawing standpoint, from a
Yes.
creativity standpoint.
Yes.
So here's what I did.
Yeah.
I started focusing on the things I was good at, and not spending so much time focusing on the weaknesses. And trying to get the weakness better.
Yeah.
The minute I started leaning into the things that I was really good at, things started taking off.
Yeah.
And I started realizing, wow, I'm really good at this. I need to build upon this. I need to build upon this. And what happened is, when I started looking at the things where I'm really strong, the talents and the natural abilities that I had, and I started putting all those things together, and I started to realize what started coming into focus was my purpose in life, was here. Why I had been put here. The minute I started dialing into my purpose and into my strengths, I gotta tell you, things started changing. And my career started taking off. I started working on things that I was very, not only passionate about, but I had a deep sense of meaning. And
You had a goal that has to be achieved or something. It's like that has come through the stages of your life.
yes. Well, okay, so, we always talk about setting goals.
Yes.
And there's 3 things. Matter of fact, I taught this yesterday at the office. These are 3 things you always got to know. Anytime you set a goal for yourself personally or for your team, or for your small company, if you're an entrepreneur or whatever the case may be, anytime you set a goal, there's 3 things you should always consider.
Yes.
First, they need to be memorable. You need to be able to remember. If you come in and I say, hey, tell me what your goals are, and if you hand me a piece of paper and it's got 20 things on it, there's too many. You're not going to remember that. You're not going to remember that. However, if you come back and say, hey, here's 3 things that are really important, you're going to remember it and you're going to work on that because you can recall that very quickly. So it has to be memorable. It has to be measurable. Right? There's a leadership saying that says you can't move what you can't measure. You got to be able to measure. It's got to be a good, clean, easy to measure thing. Okay? And the 3rd thing is it needs to be meaningful.
3 M's, you call it as.
It's 3 M's. It needs to be meaningful to me. It needs to be meaningful to the people around me. And when it becomes meaningful, now I can connect to it, and I go very. Look, the worst thing that could happen for us is if I'm trying to work on something and I don't see any connection to it.
It's like nothing.
It's hard. I mean, I'm constantly pushing, but if I have connection to it, I find extra energy and I push through it pretty quickly.
Now you have spoken about this creativity. Someone has to be, outspoken for it. Someone has to come forward to take that responsibility. People around these days, don't have the confidence to come up. What do you say about that? That you probably in these early stages of your younger age, you will also find like, okay, if I might get somewhere noticed or something might happen. How do you overcome that? That has stage fear kind of thing.
It's great. It's a great question. I have a saying that I've quoted in several of my books. That confidence comes from conviction. Okay? And so when I don't have confidence in something, if I don't feel confident to speak up and to say something, it's most often because I don't have conviction around what it is I'm going to say. And so that holds us back in many cases. Now, there's a difference between the wise person and the fool. The wise person will speak with confidence because they have great conviction. The fool will just say something just to say something, right? For me, as I'm growing up in my career, I found myself just saying something to be saying something, too many times. And it probably hurt me and slowed me down in points of my career. But what I discovered is that if I found myself not feeling confident about something, what that would do is that would energize me to go learn more about that and really become a master of that.
Master of that.
In order that I can speak more confidently about it. And be able to hold that conversation. A lot of times where confidence comes from fear. Fears. So confidence comes from conviction, right? I've got to know what I know. Now, look, anytime I counsel and mentor, young men, I always make sure that they understand that if they're working on this topic, they need to be the very best they can be on that day. That gives them confidence to talk about it.
So it's like also related to the effort. If you don't put your efforts, 100% efforts is always needed. Try to give your best.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So get some coffee. Excuse me.
Can I say some tea?
Which tea would you like to have?
How about English breakfast?
Definitely, I get
One sugar. Oh, the sugar's right.
Sugar is
good. Yeah. No cream. Just tea.
So that's about the first one. Second thing, your university life. You've been a student. You have been through that. You have to go to different stages during your studies. You have to. People do think about the future in the university life itself. So like what is to be done, what can be done. But that didn't come often. But they don't know what's the way to go. Or how did you actually suggest that? Okay, this goal was there that I have achieved. But have you overcome that? Okay, am I going somewhere behind the track, or is it like I'm focusing on towards it? Because people don't be specialized about it. How does it happen?
I have this conversation with my daughter. Very frequently. In the States, when you enter university, within your first year, they almost always require you to declare a major. Right? Now, here's what's very fascinating. At 20, 21, 22, I had not the slightest idea what I wanted to do. So to declare I want to be an accountant, or I want to be an architect, or I want to be an attorney, I only thought I knew what I wanted to do. And so I've always been convicted with declaring too early what it is that I want to do, because a lot of times I'm still trying to discover what I'm really good at. And look, the counsel I would give somebody as they're going into university is to understand what going to university, going to college, what that is really about. In my opinion, it's about discovering what I'm good at, and it's about understanding how to learn once I get out of university. It's not always about the actual learning. I will tell you, my true education began when I finished university. I have never stopped learning. I am constantly, as a matter of fact, I am frequently taking classes, even going back. I'm even going back and teaching classes now. And I tell students this all the time. When they graduate and they come to work for us, one of the very first things I tell them is, guess what? Welcome to learning. Because this is when it really happens. And a lot of times we think, okay, I went to 4 years, I went to 5 years, I got my master's, I have my PhD. A lot of times we think, okay, I'm done learning, right? It's only just begun. So that part of our life should help us understand what I'm good at. And it should help us develop some skills that allows us to learn better when we get out. I mean, one of the things, even in our own company, right? We're spending time teaching leaders how to be better leaders. Some of these people have been in their career 10, 20, 30 years. And we're still learning. That's the key. You never stop learning.
That's always it.
The minute you stop learning, you might as well retire because you're done, right? You never stop learning. You always learn how to learn. As you go.
You see also in terms of once someone actually gets associated with the job that he has, they're put in the fast track way. It's like the fast track means you have to do everything from your side or something. Do you also face that okay, this is the time where everything's pressure on my side, and there was like somewhere I can grow. But after some time, you feel like it's not going on the way. Like we have to, the different levels of positions. The responsibilities come up, different learnings come up. But you feel also, okay, somewhere the other way, somewhere it's not going correct. How do you identify yourself that, okay, this is where the company has to go forward, somewhere? How would you relate that?
So in a situation where it doesn't feel like my career is going in the direction that
in terms of the company point of view, it's like if the projects are ongoing, it's going really good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been 2 years, 3 years, we have been in the same way. We want to increase our, the net worth of it. We are doing exceptional. We want to render our services really well. We also face like, okay, we have to do the best. What is the next best to be done?
Yeah.
So we feel, are we doing just the same thing we are doing, or is it like the next we are developing everywhere?
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah.
A lot of organizations struggle. With this. And often it's because at times we get confused individually, professionally, organizationally. A lot of times we confuse activity, doing things, with actual results. Okay. And so what happens is I can get in. It doesn't seem like I'm making any movement. It doesn't seem like we're growing and everything. And it's because we're looking and we're really busy doing things, but we may not be doing the right things, right? And so that's why you have to go right back to the very beginning of our conversation. Anytime you set out and you create a goal for yourself.
At workplaces, maybe anywhere.
Personally or on a team or as an organization, you always want to make sure that everyone, including yourself, understands how to connect to that point, right? Because what happens is if I show up and I feel like I'm just going through the motions, right? I'm typing on my laptop all day long, and just my thing. Over time, it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. It doesn't feel like the company's making any progress. Because we're just doing the same thing. And I finish my day and I go, oh, I've completed all my email, I did the reports and everything, but it doesn't feel fulfilling. You've got to go back and you've got to understand, okay, how did what I do today impact this bigger result, this bigger goal? And often organizations struggle with moving forward because they're not helping their people connect to those bigger goals. I mean, we had this conversation with the leadership team at our own company that we take for granted that everyone around me knows exactly what I know at the level that I need to know. Right? And so often, a lot of our challenges we create ourselves by not making that connection with individuals. Yes, please. It's one of my favorite parts right here. I love this team. Thank you. Can I get some water also, please?
We'll get some breakfast. We'll take two.
Yes, absolutely. Boom.
Boom.